Alright, Frag fam, what is going on? Is BJ here. Thank you for joining us. If it's your first time here, man, click that like, click the subscribe, because we need more users here. We're going to have a lot of fun. I got a lot of great stories. I'm going to tell you one right now. Year 1978. I was there. Opened up. Cheap Trick. For what band? Kiss. I was there 1978, wearing my first spritzer ever. I remember it. Lagerfeld. And I just looked to see when Lagerfeld was released, and lo and behold, it was released in 1978. So somehow or another, I ended up with this Lagerfeld. I don't know how, but I did wear it to that concert. I remember specifically, and it was a great time, and it was a great concert, and it's changed my life. I've been a rock fan ever since, and I'll die a rock fan, and I'm a rock and roller. As you can see behind me, I've got my guitars, and I got many, many others. Love it, man. But I also love fragrances, and you know what I learned? Being a rock and roller, growing up, you didn't have a whole lot of money, man, so you had to make things work. And I learned at a very young age that layering or stacking scents was a thing. And what is that? That's when you take two or even more fragrances and you put them on top of each other, okay? And as you learn more about this, you're going to get better at it, and you're going to be able to create better scents. And you're going to have a wealth, and I'm talking a wealth of fragrances in your collection. Because I think if you have, let me see, if you have 30 fragrances, just 30, and I say just, I mean a lot of people may not even have 30 fragrances, but you know, some of us have hundreds, and some of us obviously have thousands. But with just 30 fragrances, you have 435 original combinations you can make out of just 30 fragrances. And I'm gonna tell you, that is just the mathematical equation on it. Okay, if you just stack two. If you put three, then you've got even more combinations. Okay, but not only that, just by using two, you got many combinations within that, because you can either go fragrance A first, and then fragrance B right on top of it. You can fragrance A first, fragrance B 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, fragrance B, and then fragrance A right on top of it. So you get an idea here what you can do, okay? But I'm going to tell you, you even got even more equations in this. And that is fragrance A, 5 spritz, fragrance B, 3 spritz. Fragrance A, 4 spritz, fragrance B, 2 spritz. So you have a combination that's going to give you, in my eyes, unlimited amount of possibilities to make your scent unique. And I've always been into uniqueness, and those of you that are watching this video right now, and when you click that subscribe button, you're going to see the uniqueness in me, man, because I've got it. I'll tell you right now, 1978, most of you guys that may be even watching this video probably weren't even born yet, okay? And I was 15 years old, and that gives you an idea. Yeah, I'm 60, okay? I'm 60 years old, man. Probably the oldest fragger on this network here. But yeah, that's all right, man. You know, I've had my career in IT. I spent 42 years in IT, and I'm done. I'm out of it. And I sit here and I do these videos. Keeps me busy, and take care of, help family and friends, and do odds and ends, and just pretty much, I'm pretty much just moving along, cruising along like I always have. Still play guitar, and you know, don't do a whole lot. You guys on the other hand, you guys are a lot younger than I am, man, and I know you are. The people that are watching this channel right now, that even made it this far in this video, you're probably young enough to be my child, like I said. But you're watching some old dude And you know, when I was 30 years old, I used to think that 60 was old. Now I'm 60, and I'm like, man, it's not that bad, you know. But you know, I'm having more fun in my life now than I've ever had. So, you know, go figure. But let's get back to the fragrance stacking, guys. You take two fragrances, you stack them, and I'm going to tell you right now, there is no better way to expand your collection than to learn how to stack and layer. Now, I'm going to tell you the most important thing about stacking and layering is understanding the notes of your fragrance. So let's say, for example, I stacked today. I did one of the videos that I did today with one fragrance. I can't even remember what it was. And it was strong in apple notes. And I like that green apple smell, man. I'm like, man, I don't have anything that's green apple going. I got a lot. But yes, I did. I have an Aston called Apple Orchid. And I said, you know what? It's strong in apple and it's green apple. So let me spray it on top. But I didn't think about it till once I got this fragrance on and it dried down and I lost that strong green apple note and it dried down to more of a woodier scent. But I could still smell the apple faintly behind the scene. So what I did was I found the Apple Orchid and went ahead and laid it on and brought that apple back out, and it still kept that woodiness that's not in the Apple Orchid at all. And I created a fragrance that was wonderful. It was beautiful. I mean, it was so beautiful that I really think that if I could somehow recreate that, you know, I could give old Versace a run for his money. Yeah, right. But no, it was great. It was pleasant. It was radiating. It was citrusy, yet not too citrusy. It was good for we were running around. Went a couple stores, went to Costco's. It was 100. Right now it's showing us 101 degrees outside, guys. I can't believe you guys are already talking about fall fragrances, man. It's 101 degrees right now. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. 101 degrees out there right now. August and September is our hottest month. I don't know anybody's even thinking fall right now. And I mean, we don't even get fall down here. I mean, we're lucky in October if it even gets below 70 at night. I'm talking. You know, now once we get into November, December, things can change quite a bit depending on the weather coming up from the north. But for the most part, you know, I go all year long and I may not even wear a coat. So we're pretty lucky down here in San Antonio. I get to wear a lot of the summer fragrances almost 11 months of the year. I don't get to wear a lot of these spicy fragrances. You know, these woody fragrances. They just don't work real well in the heat. But man, do I love the way they smell. I tell you that I do wear them at night. You know, that's another reason why I wanted to do this channel, was because, you know, I've spent my whole life in IT. So during COVID, I was already working from home, but during COVID, I don't know, one night I was sitting here and I was smelling good, and I said, you know what, let me look up some fragrances. It's, you know, been a while since I even watched anybody on fragrances. Well, of course, I tune into Ash and Jensen's because, yeah, he's my man. He's everybody's man. He's the man. And watched him. I'm like, you know what? I think I got enough fragrances to kind of talk about it, you know. And I'm 20 years older than Ash, so I've got some experience on him, you know. Although he's definitely knows his shit when it comes to fragrances. And a lot of them do, you know. I mean, you guys are making a career out of this, and that's the coolest thing I like to see. Man, it's so good to see. It's so good to see perfumery starting to get to the level that I've always thought it should be at. I mean, in my circle of friends, I'm the only one that wears fragrance. So I very seldom do I run across people even in town that I smell, other than women. But men, very seldom. I mean, I sometimes wonder to myself, am I too much? You know, I mean, or is it too much? Or am I coming across strange? But, you know, I'm a big guy. I've been wearing fragrances for, what, 15, 45 years, maybe a little longer. And I've never had anybody say anything bad to me. I've had plenty of compliments over the years, but I've never had anybody say anything, man, you move away, man, you're a little too much. That's never happened. And if you watch my reviews, you can see, man, I lay it on, and I lay it on, and no one ever says anything to me, you know. Just the other day, I went to the dentist, and I got in, what was it, Lattafa's Affection, and that what a great scent that is. And I laid it on me, and then I was like, oh man, I gotta get to the dentist. And I had like 10 minutes to get to the dentist. So I get to the dentist, and I probably walked in there like freaking pig pen, and they brought the whole office, and all the girls in the office were coming in there saying, "What is that you're wearing? It smells so good." They'd never smelled nothing like it. I'd never smelled anything quite like it, but I laid it on, and I was already wearing another fragrance from the morning, and this was about 2:30 in the afternoon, so I put it on, went over there, and they loved it. And that was the last compliment I got. That was about 2 weeks ago. So Affection by Lattafa got those girls in the dentist office pretty wound up. But I will tell you, stacking fragrances is the way to go, because you can, if a fragrance is a little bit too much, you can pull it back, you know, or if a fragrance isn't enough, you can push it forward. If a specific note in a fragrance is something that you like, if you like, man, I love the way that smells, but I need that thing in there, man. I need it to come out just a little bit more. If you can figure out what that thing is, that note that we're talking about, and then find another fragrance that's heavy in that, and then you can push it. And I'll tell you, this stuff works wonders. It'll save you a lot of money, and you're going to have, probably 15 times the amount of combinations that you have sitting on the shelf right now. Now, I know stacking can be, I mean, you can stack something. If you don't know what you're doing and you start stacking shit, you may as well spray monkey piss on you, man. because sometimes it don't work out, man. I'm telling you, sometimes you're better off just leaving well enough alone. but hey, if you got to jump in the shower and take it all off and start all over again, then that's what you got to do, man. But hey, you're gonna learn. You spend 45 years of fragrances, you learn a lot of stuff. So you can feel confident. But I'm going to tell you now, right off the bat, when I started getting these Lattafa fragrances, probably about 2 years ago, I guess, and I started buying one at a time. I'm like, man, there's something about these that I've never smelt anything, quite like a lot of these Pride series. They're heavy in nutmeg, and they're heavy in cinnamon, and now that's not something that I normally wear, but I realized that stacking it with Halloween Man, stacking it with Tommy Bahama, stacking it with Tommy, stacking it with Calvin Klein, stacking these together, I can use these fragrances in the high heat. And I've learned how to make certain fragrances that I think they smell good. I love the way they smell. We're going to go through some of that stuff on this channel. It's going to be some time. Right now I'm going to go through, what I'm trying to do is go through all my fragrances and do a short on every single one of my Frugal Frags. All the ones that are $50 or less. And get those. Get those on the channel, and there's hundreds of them. Got a lot of work. And then I would like to review 100 or so of them, and then maybe throw in some stacking videos in there, and some stories, because I got a few stories. See, a lot of people, fragrances has been a big part of my life, and there's been a few times where fragrances have been the keynote of the story. So we're going to talk about those. Some of them are funny as hell, and I can't wait to share them with you. Until next time, guys, stay frugal, stay fraggle, hug somebody you love. We'll see you next time. Oh, click the subscribe, click the like. If you made it this far, then you probably click the subscribe, click the like, because how are you going to get this funny stories I'm going to tell you. Until next time, guys, I love you. Peace.